What's up, guys? What's going on? I'm Paul. This is Pauline Theology's Daily Devotional, man. We're going through the book of John. We are studying who Jesus is to learn more about him. This is Trust in Jesus Ministries. And what we do here is help you to trust in Jesus more, whether it's for the first time, for salvation, man, where you give your life to him, or it's just every day, a little bit more every day, where you're still giving your life to him because he is worthy, he is trustworthy. So the way we find out that he's trustworthy is by studying the scriptures. And so that's why I'm doing this daily devotional, man. And I pray that it's been helping you to not only learn more about Jesus and learn more about God, his character, who he is, but also to help you to read the scriptures on your own. It's important to be able to take the time and not just read them, but study them, dive deep into them, and prune the knowledge that comes from the Word of God. So today we are in John chapter 12 and chapter 17, verses 12 and 13. 17, 12, and 13. So if you haven't read it yet, go ahead and stop the tape here, check it out, see what it has to say, come back, and we're going to answer some questions. But if you've already read it, then we're going to wait no further. We're going to go ahead and jump into it, man. So what's happening in the scriptures? Jesus is praying. He is having a prayer, and he's talking about his disciples in this prayer, that they would be one, that they would be kept in the name of the Father, that they would continue to live a life that would shine and showcase who the Father is, the same thing that Jesus is doing. And then he says, because while I was with them, he asked before to keep them. He says, because I was with them and I kept them in your name, those you've given to me. He says, I kept them while I was here, but now he's leaving. He's going back to the Father, and so he is asking, that's the purpose, that's the reason. We talked a lot about this prayer. It would say what the what the Son, Jesus, wanted and the purpose for that. And so this one says that keep them in their name because I'm going back to you, Father. That's what he's saying. Keep them in your name. And then he says, because I've done the job that you've called me to do while I was here, I did not, none of them perish except the one that was the son of perdition or the son of destruction. Again, that's Judas. We know this. And it could mean two different things. One, it could be that it was like his destiny to be disobedient. It is destined to be destroyed. Or it could pertain to his character, is that Son is like a mirror and image, just like we talk about the Son, that Jesus is the unique Son, the unique image bearer of the Father. Well, it could be that he's considered a son of perdition, like a son of destruction. That's his character. That's who he is. And we've seen that's what Judas has done throughout all of the scriptures when he's mentioned. He's always doing something messed up, man. So a question aside is that what are we representing? What are we representing? Anyway, he says that after that he says, now I go to you. And these things I say in the world, because he's still there. He's saying, I'm saying these things out loud, praying to you while the in the presence of my disciples. He's saying these things so that the joy might be made full. Our joy might be made full. The joy that Jesus has. See, that's the thing, is that Jesus has joy even in the midst of his knowing he has to go to the cross. I think one thing that helps Jesus to be able to do that is knowing that he is going to the Father and he's going to receive the glory. So that's a motivator for us as well, is that as we continue to persevere and do the things that he's called us to do, that we are going to the Father and we are going to the Father and we are being glorified. So what does this say about God? I think it says that he is the way in which we are kept. He is the way in which we can continue to walk and represent him in the way that he's called us to. He is the way. His Spirit is the way. It is the Father who keeps us, the Son who keeps us. I think that is important for us to see about God, that he is the way. Another thing is that he always has a purpose. Like I've said that Jesus has been praying for something, and then he gives the purpose or the reason why he's praying these things. Is that God always has a purpose. There is always a reason for everything. Now, we may not know that reason, but it is true that God has a purpose and a plan for all that occurs. That is a relief that we can take heart in, because him being all-knowing and then all-wise creates the greatest purpose. What's to say about man? I think it says, well, one thing, like I said earlier, is what are we representing? Because, see, Jesus is talking about being kept in the name, that we represent the Father the way he has called us to be holy as he is holy. He calls him Holy Father when he says this, and about being set apart, and that as we're set apart, the reason we get the understanding of it being like sinless is because we're set apart for the uses of God, and because we're set apart for the uses of God, then we should represent him accordingly. And so as we as Christians, who are you representing? And as non-Christians, who are you representing, man? There's only two you can, because in the end, it's either the son of perdition or we are children of God. So how do we apply these truths to our lives? I think we should examine our life. What is it that we're doing right now? How is it that we're living? What is it that we're representing? And then make the changes necessary if you feel there is change, or if you feel there is need for change. Now, to tell you the truth, I'm going to tell you there is a need for change for everybody. It doesn't matter if you are representing the Father, you still need to be growing deeper in that relationship, because we still have things that we can grow in. But examine yourself and see where God can grow you. And if you don't know him, man, I pray that you would read continually and see who he is, and find out he is trustworthy, that you can give your life to him, because he is definitely worthy. Hey, I appreciate you guys for listening, and I will see you in the next episode.